Super Smash Flash 2 is a game that I've kind of been forgetting about over as time has passed because like such little information has been coming out about such little information has been catching my interest. So like I haven't really like invested time to like make a video on it or like even played in general because it just hasn't been interesting to me, and I just have not been interested in the game ever since like version 0.9b, like a couple months after that came out, and like the Wi-Fi, after I realized the Wi-Fi was just not worth playing on. Like ever since then I just haven't been playing the game. But I just decided to give it another try about like 2 days ago, and I really like this game actually. I've like ever since then I've been playing Smash Bros a lot more competitively. I've been playing Smash 4 a lot. I've been playing Melee a little bit. And yeah, the game felt weird at first, of course. I was playing on a keyboard instead of, you know, the classical GameCube controller. But there's some interesting things I want to talk about in terms of its competitive viability and where I see the game going in competitive and stuff like that. Now the first topic I want to discuss in this video is the game even competitive? And yes, the game is definitely competitive. The game definitely has competitive play in mind. I know this because the game has a lot of advanced techniques you'd see from other Smash Bros titles such as dash dancing, B reversing, DI, ledge guarding, perfect shielding, and perfect shielding works like it does in Melee, not like in Smash 4, where like you can reflect projectiles and physical attacks, not just physical attacks like you can in Smash 4. The game even had a tournament that was run by the developers. Yeah, I kid you not, a competitive Super Smash Flash 2 tournament run by the developers. I actually have some matches uploaded on my channel if you want to check that out. I'll have it in the description, and it'll probably be playing on the screen or something. You're probably watching it right now, actually. In my time playing and watching Super Smash Flash 2, I can for certain say that the game definitely has a lot of combo potential with a lot of characters. A lot of characters have combo throws, and they have moves that link into each other, such as Naruto's dash attack to back air, or Naruto's dash attack to neutral air, and a bunch of moves like that just link together so seamlessly. On top of this, just about every move in the game has 0 frames of ending lag. This makes linking attacks to create combos even easier than ever. This is one of the main reasons Super Smash Bros. Melee is thriving as a competitive game. There's so many combos and such little lag after you do attacks thanks to L cancelling that like the game is just so much fun to watch, and it's so much fun to play and so satisfying getting a really good combo on your opponent. Now I'm not sure if the no lag thing is going to carry on to the final version of the game. This might just be a thing because the game is still in development and they don't have enough time to add lag on moves. But if it stays, this could be one of the main reasons the game does well in competitive. This game feels like it's like a mixture of Melee and Brawl, which is what people said about Smash 4 when it came out. But this game truly does feel like it's going down that route. It doesn't have the high learning curve that Melee has. It has like the really ease of play and ease of use that Brawl and Smash 4 have, along with the speed, combos, and excitement of Melee. Not to say Smash 4 or Brawl weren't exciting to watch. Those games are fun and entertaining in their own right, but I feel like SSF2 got the better half of both games. I honestly think Super Smash Flash 2 has a lot of potential to be a great game to play competitively. But before I give a lot of you guys a lot of false hope that this game will be played at EVO and stuff like that, Super Smash Flash 2, I'm telling you this right now, Super Smash Flash 2 will never be esports and will never be on the same level of competitiveness and like competitive following as Smash 4 or Melee. And this is for one simple reason. The game isn't made by Nintendo, and Nintendo will never support or license this game. It's just that simple. They'll have a bunch of problems licensing because they have Goku, Ichigo, Naruto, who else? A bunch of other characters. They'll have a problem with licensing, and copyright can also be put in there in the same category there. And Nintendo doesn't really support Smash 4 and Melee all that much either. I mean, they get to advertise their games, like if you see a Smash 4 or Melee tournament, you oftentimes see like Splatoon or like Super Mario Maker being advertised there because, you know, they want to advertise their own game through competitive Smash Bros because they know a lot of people watch it. But Smash Bros was never meant to be a competitive game, and Nintendo unfortunately doesn't wants people to play it competitively. Like, they don't have a problem with you playing it, but they play it competitively, but like you can just tell that they don't really want you to play it competitively. Super Smash Bros. 2 is going to be reduced to the same level as something like Project M, because like Project M, is great of a game as it is, it's probably the most fun I've had in any Smash Brothers game. As great of a game it is, it's not ever going to be on EVO or on Apex or any big tournaments like that, because it's not made by Nintendo, and like there's nothing in it for Nintendo if they license it. Like, first of all, there's a lot of copyright and licensing stuff, of course, but like there's nothing in it for Nintendo. There's absolutely nothing in it for Nintendo if they support Project M or anything like Project M, or like mods or fan games like that, because like there's nothing in it for them. Why would they do it? It'll really just complicate things for Nintendo. Like Super Smash Bros. 2 is just gonna be reduced to the same like underground state that Project M is at right now, which is very unfortunate. If Nintendo really wanted Smash 4 and Melee to be like as competitive in esports as possible, they would have hosted their own like yearly tournament like Call of Duty and League of Legends do, where like all the best players go, and like this is like the national upon national of tournaments. This is like EVO is like as big as it gets, but of course, but like Nintendo would have their own first party tournament, but obviously they don't have that, like with a giant prize pool to get people into it. I mean, they had the E3 thing, but I wouldn't really count that. I don't think anybody would really count that, to be honest. And don't you think there would have been a Melee HD by now, or at least a Melee re-release on the esports, on the eShop or something? Like, if they really wanted the game to be competitive, they would have at least, at the very least, re-released it for the eShop, or re-released it for or made a Melee HD, or re-released it for like the Wii U as its own separate disc. Like they would have re-released it in some way to make it more accessible, or accessible, whatever, however you're supposed to say it, for newcomers to get into. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm crazy? Do you think I bring up good points? Do you guys agree or disagree? I want to know down in the comments section below. And with that being said, like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends who play Super Smash Bros. 2, or friends that know about Super Smash Bros. 2 and play Smash Bros. Competitively. Share it with them. And yeah, that's it. Bye!